Greetings, greetings. Welcome to the space. Let's just take a moment to breathe. Take a nice deep breath into the belly, into the lungs, and release the shoulders as you exhale. Grounding yourself into this now moment, giving thanks for this now moment, giving thanks for our breath, for fueling our bodies with the life to continue to move forward in these bodies, and for the wisdom that these bodies carry. Ashe. So today I wanted to talk about the Maiden Archetype, which is one of the main womb archetypes that represent different aspects of our own personal life journeys. But I also use this archetype to check in with my own internal seasons. And the maiden is such a fascinating energy because she's a part of us that connects us to our inner child. She reminds us of our curiosity, our wonder, and the excitement of just exploring life. But she's not all about lighthearted fun. There is a deeper invitation that reminds you to reconnect with the part of yourself that is just still figuring things out and learning how to trust ourselves. And this archetype has been really personal for me because I've had my own journey with the maiden energy, still having my own journey with the energy, and I just want to share what she's taught me thus far and the reminder that I continue to return to the wisdom. So I'll tell a little bit of my story. Here we go. So for much of my life, I struggled with the fear of making mistakes. And this would be crippling. Like, I'd sit with decisions for days, maybe even weeks. I would even go so far as to say years, just afraid of choosing the wrong thing, afraid of getting it wrong, afraid of messing up, of not getting it right. And it really paralyzed me in many ways, like down to deciding what the family's going to eat. And I really looked for external validation in making decisions. And looking back, I realized that, when we look at the inner child, I realized that conditioning played a huge part in that. I experienced what I would consider, like in my childhood years, a very critical, often cold environment, one where my mistakes and sometimes clumsiness, because I was a clumsy little child, it was met with so much annoyance. Like, I felt as if there just wasn't much room for me to learn and for me to be a child. There was just a lack of patience that over time I internalized to the point where I wasn't even patient with myself. And when it came to trying new things, when it came to making mistakes, when it came to making decisions and taking steps towards something new, I just didn't have patience with myself. And I'm still working through that. And that's one of the shadows of the maiden archetype. It's the rigidity, it's the perfectionism, the idea that everything has to be just right, or it isn't good enough, or I'm not good enough. And the maiden in her shadow is so afraid of making mistakes that she holds herself back. And instead of exploring life as an adventure, she tries to play it safe. She's afraid to rock the boat, always appeasing others, seeking external validation before taking actions for her own life. Hello. But here's the thing. Her medicine isn't about doing everything perfectly. She reminds us that it's okay to stay open, to keep your heart open, to stay curious, and to let yourself try something new. She invites us to nurture our inner child and remind her that It's okay to not have it all figured out. It's okay to make a mess. It's okay to make mistakes. That's how we grow. And the essence of the maiden is one of spring. It's about new beginnings, the freshness, the potential, the newness of trying something exciting. She is the part of us that looks at life and says, what else is possible? What else is out here? She's not weighed down by the past. She's not worried about what people will think and what people will say. She's free. She's playful. Her heart is light. She's full of wonder. Her eyes are bright. But to fully embody the maiden, we have to let go of those rigid behaviors and rigid postures and thoughts and perfectionism that keeps us stuck. It's about being brave enough to explore new possibilities and to give ourselves permission to live life as an adventure. One of the biggest lessons I've learned from the maiden is that the right decision doesn't always exist. The right decision doesn't always exist. Sometimes we just have to try something. Just try. And just see where it takes you. And if it doesn't work out, guess what? We can pivot. We can choose again. That's powerful. The freedom of choice. And it's about keeping our hearts open, as I've stated before. And that can be hard when we've been hurt, or when we've learned to protect ourselves, or when we've been judged, or people have been critical with us. But when we learn to open ourselves up, her energy reminds us that living with a closed heart isn't really living. She invites us to take those walls down and allow life to come in, and allow love to come in, and allow freedom and joy to come in. And some of the ways that we can embody this energy is we can nurture our inner child, for one. Nurturing your inner child. This doesn't mean you have to stay stuck in the past, but it does mean that you need to check in with yourself. Ask, what does the little girl inside of me need today? Maybe it's rest, maybe it's play, maybe it's permission to cry or make a mess, or be a mess. Honor it anyway, honor her anyway. And number 2 is to let yourself explore. Allow yourself to try things, something new, even if you're not sure how it'll turn out. Whether it's dancing, painting, sewing, saying yes to something you've been scared to try. Even in your professional life, just take a step and release the perfectionism. Remind yourself that mistakes are just a part of the journey. Perfection isn't the goal. Growth is. Learning is. This is Earth School. Have fun a little. Let your hair down. Explore. Stay open. Open your heart. Open your heart to love. Open your heart to joy and the possibilities that life has to offer you. Let life in. Breathe deeply. Breathe deeply into your heart, into your chest. Feel that openness. And allow yourself to feel. And when we embody the Maiden's medicine, we give ourselves permission to live, not just survive, but to truly experience life in all of its beauty and its messy ups and downs. The Maiden reminds us that life is an adventure. It's an adventure, and we're here to explore it fully. She asks us to trust ourselves, to be gentle with the part of ourselves that's still learning, and to nurture our inner child with love and compassion. So thank you for allowing me to share this. And as you leave here today, I want you to carry that thought with you. What would it look like to live with an open heart and a curious spirit? What would that look like for you? And if this resonated with you, make sure that you share it with someone who could receive this message, who needs this message. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see more. And stay tuned for the next video where we'll be talking about the mother. Peace and love, y'all.